It's Phil Lindeman with your Krystal 93 News at 5 from Luna Lending. Summit County Commissioner Nina Waters was here today for a word about fire bans and those new hefty fines you've been hearing about.
We'll be increasing fines up to $1,000. So say it's a low-level offense, then that fine might not be the full $1,000. But if it is something that could cause a large wildfire, the fines needed to be higher, and that's what we're doing. And given, yes, it's taken us time, but we try to be reasonable how we can enforce these restrictions.
Commissioners unanimously support these new higher fines. They take effect in 2 weeks. The wheels of process are spinning in the case of a grisly holiday slaying from Frisco, where a 19-year-old is accused of killing and dismembering the mother of his infant son. The suspect briefly appeared in court today with attorneys. He said nothing. Everyone is back in court 2 months from now, September 9th, for another status hearing. A jury trial is back on track in New Mexico for a disgraced Team Summit ski coach. Jared Hedges goes to trial September 21st. He has pleaded not guilty to molesting a 9-year-old boy last year on a team ski trip in Taos. His trial, it was supposed to begin last month. It was delayed by evidence. This week on the State of Summit, longtime director of the FIRC, Brianne Snow, is leaving her nonprofit better than she found it.
Yeah, I was building it for somebody else. It just always was that way.
She is talking about her office with the mountain views at the Soul Center north of Breck. That is the new multi-million-dollar home to the FIRC.
The whole project itself really was built for the community, but genuinely by the community.
And Snow wants you to know it was not easy to spend that kind of money when her mission has always been to give back.
I just needed to wrap my head around it, and before I could kind of sit with that thought, people were stepping up left and right to be able to help us.
The FIRC, though, is one of Summit's most vital nonprofits. In 2024, the most recent year available, it had more than 300 volunteers and thousands of clients. Snow spent close to 80% of her $5.5 million budget on the people it serves.
These are families that have been here for a long time and have kids in our school district and are within our workforce, and making our community a better place to be. Anything we can do to keep them here is what we should all be doing.
Snow led a growing nonprofit through the COVID pandemic, when no one was quite sure how to help.
That happened right when I stepped into my executive director role, and there was a lot of people that needed help, and we just got together with the community and really came up with a plan, and we're really successful in my mind.
She led the evolution of a food market that is now the envy of the region, distributing $7.5 million worth of free and fresh food.
What they couldn't afford was those fresh items, the produce, the dairy, the meat, and so we really revamped how we gave out food.
Snow led the FIRC into its next era with the Soul Center, and now she leaves Summit County.
And it's just been the privilege of my whole career to be associated with such an incredible agency that has literally changed so many lives in this community.
But she's not going far. She joins her daughter and partner in the Roaring Fork Valley, where she is not sure what comes next, and she's not trying too hard to think about it quite yet. Her colleague Carla Decker is the interim director. A new director will be named later this year. Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. Local fire danger remains extreme in Summit with a Stage 2 local fire ban into the weekend. In Summit and neighboring counties, firefighters are now watching for what they call holdovers. Red, White, and Blue Fire explains holdovers are hot spots that smolder undetected for hours or even days after a lightning storm. All they need is wind and dry heat to erupt. Firefighters use maps, automated cameras, and even satellites to watch for holdovers. Emerging reports of more lightning fires from yesterday's storms. A portion of Mesa Verde National Park is closed. A fire there has burned about a half acre. Lightning is most likely the cause of the Rock Creek fire near Cheyenne Mountain State Park. It has burned less than 2 acres, down from early estimates of 5 acres. In sports, the Rockies play the Dodgers one last time tonight, and the Triple Bypass Bike Tour rolls through Summit this Saturday, July 11th, and with it comes road closures. U.S. Highway 6 over Loveland Pass closed from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday. During that time, the tunnels will close occasionally for hazmat. Something is missing at Loveland Ski Area. It might take you a few moments to notice, but the chairs from the old Chair 5 have been removed. That was the old 2-person chairlift linking the valley to the basin. Chair 5 has not carried skiers in over 2 decades, but it was part of the landscape there at Loveland. And now you can own a piece of Chair 5. Loveland is selling those chairs for $650 a piece through a lottery that's available to Loveland season pass holders only. Get your pass and sign up for that lotto by July 22nd. Phil Lindeman, Krystal 93 News.